Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. My name is Rod, and I want to thank you for tuning in. I am officially entering the VinylVerse 300 subscription contest. Bill over there at VinylVerse got 300 subscribers, and let's hear it for Bill. He deserves it. I really enjoy watching his videos. Very entertaining, very knowledgeable guy. And his contest goes like this. You pick 4 years in music that you can relate to, that have significance in your life, and show an album from that year or a CD he said we could show. So here's my go at it. First, 1966. It's the Grateful Dead, Vintage Dead. This was the year that I was born, 1966. And it's really hard to believe, almost 53 years later, that I'm listening to this music. It was made the year that I was born. And I love the Grateful Dead, man. They're arguably my favorite band. Them or the Stones, depending on what day you ask me. So, I love the Dead. They gave me great memories growing up. Seeing those guys at RFK Stadium, Hampton, Virginia, RFK Stadium, like I said, the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland. Anyway, that is my first pick for an album from a year that had a great impact on my life. Second was kind of a hard one, but I went David Bowie, Scary Monsters. And the reason I picked this album, I was about maybe 14 when this album came out. And prior to that, I had maybe albums that my sister had, gave me from her collection. There's nothing wrong with it. It was Johnny Winter. It was Led Zeppelin. Bands I cherished. I grew up on listening to them. They're still a big staple of my music collection. In fact, Johnny Winter is my favorite slide guitar player. But this is the first one that I got turned on to myself. I saw him on a video show, a video of Scary Monsters, or maybe it was Ashes to Ashes, and I absolutely fell in love with this album. This is the first album I think I actually really went out and bought, that I picked out for myself and I wanted. Been a lifelong David Bowie fan. So this is number 2. And now number 3, I want to tell you the backstory of this. In 1991, I met this girl named Kelly, and she was a cute little redhead out of Tennessee, and we were living up in D.C., and I wanted to ask her out, man, and I thought about it. Well, I had 2 tickets to Eric Clapton, so I asked this chick out, I thought for surely she's going to go with me whether she likes me or not, just to see Eric Clapton for free. And sure enough, it was August 4th, 1991 at the Capitol Center. We were on the floor. That's going to impress her, dude. She's going to go. And well, she went with me. And we had a good time. That was in 1991. I'm happy to say I am still with that same woman right here in 2019. So 29 years, 28 years later, we are still kicking it, still having a good time. And here's an Eric Clapton album. I didn't have an album from 1991 by Eric Clapton, so I picked one of the ones out of my collection. And I picked this one because it has, Motherless Children, I Shot the Sheriff, a lot of his great hits that he had. So Eric Clapton holds a lot to me and my wife. It was our first date. I still remember that concert like it was yesterday. I remember getting a flat tire on the way home. My first date with this lady, man. I impressed her by taking her to Clapton, and then I get a flat tire getting off the Beltway in Washington, D.C. Anyway, she stuck with me. So that would be my third pick back in 1991. And the last one is going to be a lot tougher because I have 2. And one of them is Joe King Carrasco. Joe King Carrasco, he was most famous for the song Party Weekend, It's a Party Party, It's a Party Party Weekend. He was also the first performer ever to get kicked off of Saturday Night Live. He was banned from Saturday Night Live for life. And I got Joe to autograph this one. I don't know if he could see it. And the reason he got kicked off was he ran up in the stands and the cameras couldn't follow him. I think the story went. So they just showed his band playing with him running around with his cordless guitar. And I remember seeing that when it happened. And here, 1993, I was brand new in radio. I got a chance to interview Joe King Carrasco. I still got this picture he gave me. Just a wonderful performer. Terrific guy. He's still making music. You can Google him, YouTube him. Joe King Carrasco made a big impact on me because he was so friendly, such a cool guy. And I was an overnight DJ at the time. Here I am, this young overnight DJ, and I found out they were interviewing him, so I went into the station. I kept trying to talk to him, and I'm like, don't talk to him, be quiet, it's our interview. But he was really cool with me. He's like, nah, man, let him talk. So, and the second album from that year is Collective Soul. And the reason I picked this is because I got a copy of it. You know, the DJs usually get an extra copy of the CDs, and it wasn't on album then. It was strictly released on CD. But this past year, 2018, it was reissued on red vinyl, first time on LP, for the 25th anniversary. And I remember playing this on my overnight show, and I mean, I wore it out. I loved that album. I had my own copy. Man, I was very excited about it. So those are my 4 picks. The Grateful Dead, because it was the year I was born. David Bowie, a young man finally getting to, you know, pick something out for myself, so to speak. The Clapton, Joe King. There's so many other bands I could have picked, but those really do have meaning for me. And real quick, I want to say what I have playing in the background. The Guess Who. This is a Canadian pressing, I don't know if you could see it, of one of their cassettes. I've never seen this cassette before, but I'm really digging it. It was a gift from Channel 33. Frank over at Channel 33 had sent it to me 4 or 5 weeks back, and I've been grooving on it ever since. Anyway, again, thank you, everyone, for watching. Another congratulations to Bill for his 300th subscribers. That's amazing. Tune into him. You probably already know the guy, but if you don't, definitely check him out, man. And I want to thank everyone for watching this video. Peace, and we'll see you next time.